Good morning, everybody. Dr. Rick Wallace here, dropping in on you. It's Monday morning, so this is Money Monday. I hope that you've had a good weekend. I hope that you are starting your week off uh, rested and prepared with an idea of where you're headed, with a level of intent, a level of commitment. People ask a lot, you know, if I had to identify one thing that would most contribute to success, it's commitment. It's commitment. It is the thing that anchors me. Yes, I put a lot of time into mastering my craft. I put a lot of time into building value in the industries in which I operate. But all of the work I put in comes from commitment. Now, commitment doesn't just um, contribute or lay the pathway or set the standard for work ethic. It also is what will anchor you when things aren't going your way. See, a lot of people, especially in the era of social media, a lot of people paint these pictures of illusions of grandeur that everything's great. That once I get this done, then it's great, and it's just awesome. Rarely do we get people that share the struggle. The struggle isn't attractive. The struggle doesn't sell books. The struggle doesn't do whatever it is that we are doing to try to build ourselves. And so we tend to want to talk about the highs, but we never speak of the lows. What I can tell you is for everything that I've accomplished because of a commitment and a willingness to push through the difficulty. The difficulty was there, the pain was there, the disappointment and frustrations were there, the setbacks were there, the delay was a part of the process. Had nothing to do with getting into a groove and it just coasting through. Now, there'll be those moments where you have so much momentum built that you will look up and some things will just fall into place for you. But you're going to have to be committed to work through pain. You're going to have to be committed to dismiss and refute any idea or thought or suggestion of your failure. I wish I could tell you that it was all easy, that you were never going to have moments where you sit back and you got to say, okay, how? Or, you're sort of challenged and your back is against the wall. That's a part of it. You're not going, the thing is, as long as you're trying to grow, as long as you're trying to expand yourself, as long as your goal is to be a better person tomorrow than you are today, and that could be in your marriage, that could be in your parenting, that could be in your finances, that could be in your business, that could be in your schooling, it could be in any of these areas. If your goal is to be a better person tomorrow than you are today, then you're going to have setbacks, you're going to have frustrations, you're going to have disappointments, you're going to have some doubts that creep into your mind that you must eliminate as quickly as possible before they take root. This is all a part of it. And the thing that I'll tell you about money on this day, I'm going to keep it real short about this money thing. Money is simply a medium. We talked about that before. Don't confuse money with the end game. Money is a medium to get you to a point of performing what you were designed to do. And what will happen is as you invest in your purpose, mentally, emotionally, psychologically, financially, you'll find that your purpose will support you in return. So the thing that comes with money first and foremost is shortening the learning curve. How do you do that? You read. The first thing you do is read. There are numerous studies. One coming out of Harvard says that the average American reads about one book a year. The top 1 to 4% performers in the world read 3 to 4 books a month. And there's a direct correlation, and you can see it across so many industries, across so many different spectrums, that reading is important. Another thing is find someone who can help you shorten the curve, someone who understands what it is you're trying to learn, whatever that is. Are you trying to learn how to make money? Are you trying to learn how to leverage money? Are you trying to learn how to keep money? All these things are different and dynamic. Earning money is simply establishing value in a particular industry and then providing what your value dictates. Is learning yourself, coming up with something. Everybody has a gift. Everybody has a genius. When you learn that genius, that's where your value is in this world. And you can deliver that in a way where people will literally seek you out and pay you for what you have to offer in that area of genius. That's value. That's the easy part. Now, it takes some developing, it takes some learning, it takes some growing, and it takes, some consistency, but you'll get that. Leveraging and expanding and keeping are two different things. Find people who are good at that and tap into them. Here's the thing that I want to really hammer home here, and people don't get this. It's a mentality, it's a mindset. You can give a person all the skills you want to, but if they don't have the proper mindset, they're going to struggle. Success in any area, finance included, comes from psychology first, mentality, mindset, and then execution and tactical engagement. So I can have a great strategy, but if I don't have the right mindset, if I'm always second guessing myself, if I'm always doubting my movement, if I'm always backing off, if I'm always speaking negatively about my situation, if I'm always thinking negatively about my situation, if I'm always locked in a place of being paralyzed because of fear, then I'm not going to progress, because those are all things that I'm going to have to engage. Those are things that I'm going to have to take on. Those are things that I'm going to have to be able to overcome. This thing isn't about finding a space where you circumvent the struggles of life, circumvent the challenges of life, circumvent pain and setbacks and all these other things that I've mentioned. It's not about that. It's about a commitment that's so clear and so strong, and that a belief in yourself, in your purpose, and in your plan is so buried and committed and deep and deeply rooted into the entire dynamic that no matter what happens, you don't quit. It's ultimate. People ask me all the time, what's the one thing? Commitment. The commitment leads to what I believe is my best asset. I'm relentless. I like to talk about, I would like to talk about a lot of other things that I'm very good at. And, but I'm good at it because I'm relentless, because I never accepted failure as the end result. I failed, but it wasn't the end result. So ultimately I didn't. I refuse to accept setbacks as failure. I refuse to I refuse to accept delay as failure. I refuse to accept frustration and people talking behind my back and people throwing roadblocks and any of that as my story, as why I am and where I am. I'm not caught up in my condition. My condition is always momentary. I am focused on my destiny, which is written, and I am living in it. And so what I have to remind myself, I don't care how good, you got to continuously remind yourself. I tell myself, you're built for this, Rick. You are built for this. I'm built for the battle. I'm built for endurance. I'm built to stand. I'm built to push through. I'm built to fight through. I'm built for this. So you can have the plan. Somebody can tell you today how to go do it. But if you don't have a mindset of resilience, of persistence, being relentless, you're going to get shut down, because you're going to have some moments. You're going to have some days. It's not going to always be peaches and creams and smiles and laughter. Sometimes you've got to stand up and declare that this is yours and you're willing to fight for it. You've got to be willing to fight for it. Look, establish value in an industry in which you are gifted to bring value. Now, you need to enhance the value. Find you a coach, find you some books to read, find somebody that can cut the curve, because that's what you want to do. My grandmother used to have a saying, said, son, sometimes bought sense is better than borrowed. And what that would normally follow is her having given me some advice that I didn't take. And what borrowed sense is being along somebody who's been through it before and getting their advice, them telling you where the pitfalls are, where the roadblocks are, where you're going to have the most turbulence and how to avoid it, how to get around it, how to get there quicker. And if you're good and you can trust them, and you're good with following stuff like that and taking advantage of that, you're going to have a lot of stuff that you don't have to learn on your own. But see, bought sense is knowledge you have to pay for, knowledge and experience you have to pay for. That's when you won't listen or you won't go find somebody who can help you. And you have to figure it out yourself. It's a lot of times I had to get through stuff through simple trial and error because I didn't go out and find somebody that could help me or shorten the curve. And so I had to learn it, get the crap knocked out of me, fall down, get up, scrape myself, get up, dust off, try again until I figured it out. But what I've done over the course of my life, probably better than most, is finding people who've done it already and finding a way to bring value to them so they can give value to me. Sometimes that meant paying them. Other times I had something else they wanted and we bartered. But it's got to be shorten the curve. The second part of it is monitoring your thinking. How are you thinking about a thing? Because your thinking is producing your thoughts. As a man thinks in his heart, so is he. And then you speak and you talk and your mind eavesdrops on your self-talk. So your self-talk will end up reinforcing the original thought and then anchoring it over and over again so it's just totally inculcated into your mind and it's hard to break. Habits of thought are the hardest habits to break. But you've got to have the right mindset and you've got to be thinking correctly in order to achieve things that you never achieved before. Going after something you've never done before is not going to be comfortable. It will immediately pull you out of your comfort zone. That's something that you have to understand. That's something you have to know. That's something you have to be prepared for. So you've got to work on your thinking. You've got to train your thinking. That's why I say you have to bring somebody in who can help you. You got to bring somebody in that will be able to set you up with a system of developing your mind to think properly, developing your speech patterns, developing how you approach things. The thing that I teach all of my clients right out the gate, before we do anything, we're going to learn how to wake up every day and establish a heart and a mindset of gratitude. It's amazing what having a mindset and a heart of gratitude will do to everything that you go through over the course of a day. When you start your day with gratitude, you set a mindset that's prepared to deal with things when they don't go right. Because see, gratitude focuses on the things you already have, things you've already received, things you've already accomplished, things you're already experiencing. And there's so much to be grateful for no matter where you're at. And you wake up and you're grateful for those things, genuinely grateful. It sets a standard of engagement. See, grateful people don't complain. Grateful people don't sit up and point fingers. Grateful people don't sit up and think negatively about what the possibilities are. Grateful people are in a place of gratitude. They're grateful for what they have. They're grateful for an opportunity to wake up and do something exceptional, extraordinary, and phenomenal at some point during the day. That's what their golden fix is. It doesn't mean that things don't happen, things don't go wrong. It means that you view them different from a place of gratitude. That's something that everybody has to work on. And so that's where I start my people off at. How are you going to, what do you got to be grateful for today? What can you look at and say, man, I'm truly blessed because. And if you don't have anything you can be grateful for, we need to start there because I guarantee you it's there. You've trained yourself to overlook it to find the negative. It's a condition, it's a mindset that you start to look for what's wrong more than you look for what's right. And most people are programmed that way. Most people are programmed to find what's wrong. You have to actually train yourself to look for what's right. You're not ignoring the challenges. You're putting them in proper perspective. That's how you achieve. That's why you have such a low percentage of people performing at a high level. Most people are looking for what's wrong. And you can argue with it, but the data is there. The information is there. Change your mindset, change your life. Look, I'm going to get out here. I'm not going to stay on all that long. We're approaching 15 minutes. I'm going to make this one a short one today. Look, if you haven't pre-ordered, my 21st book, which will be released shortly, I am is the precursor. It's the two words that precede declarations and proclamations that literally will change your life one way or the other. What follows I am will set the pathway and direction of your life. So be careful what you're saying when you're having that self-talk conversation. Self-talk, those things you say about yourself, are the things that set in the pattern, that's setting the pathway, that's dictating your future. And so I Am is a book that talks about that. It is the second book in a 6-book series. It follows critical mass. And I just want you to get a chance to get it. It's a pre-order right now, meaning that you're going to get it at a discounted price, and you get a 30-minute breakthrough session with yours truly, which in of itself is powerful. The information to do that, to order the book, pre-order the book, is in the description box, the post box, wherever you're watching this at. With that being said, I'm gonna jump off here. You guys have a great day. As I always say, I'm gonna live my life on full so that I die on me, and I'm challenging you guys to do the same thing. I'm out.